Once again, welcome to your own channel, guys. Today we are going to discuss about AI history, prompt engineering, Claude AI and Claude AI Coworker. So let's begin.
All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today we're going to strip away all those Hollywood illusions to uncover how artificial intelligence actually works, how you can master it, and crucially, how to protect your career in an economy that is shifting at warp speed. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by just how fast AI is advancing, well, you're in exactly the right place. Our goal today is to push past all the hype and skepticism and actually give you the framework to monetize these new skills. I want you to think for a second about your own pop culture fears regarding AI. I mean, Hollywood has entirely shaped how we view thinking machines, right? Usually as world-ending Terminators or some super intelligent robots coming for our jobs and our lives. But the reality? It's completely different. The actual truth is that AI is not a supervillain with a consciousness. It's really just a brilliant statistics and math engine. It basically reads massive chunks of the internet and uses probability to guess the next word or the next pixel. So let's leave those cinematic myths in the past.
So here is our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover myths versus reality, how AI actually learns, the magic of prompt engineering, using Claude AI as a digital coworker, the heavy macroeconomic impact on jobs, and finally, exactly how to earn in this new era.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, Myths versus Reality.
Let's quickly track how we got here. The evolution of thinking machines really started back around World War II with Alan Turing's code-breaking machine in 1945. Interestingly, the term artificial intelligence itself was coined way back in 1956 at Dartmouth College. But the massive public milestones? Well, in '97, IBM's Deep Blue defeated the world chess champion. And the true creative leap happened in 2016, when a system named AlphaGo played a move in the incredibly complex board game Go. That move was so deeply creative, it essentially proved that machines could find strategies humans hadn't even considered.
The contrast here between old AI and new AI is just wild. Legacy systems, like Deep Blue, were strictly rule-based. They only followed the exact rules and possibilities that human engineers hard-coded into them. But modern machine learning, like AlphaGo or the chatbots we use today, it actually teaches itself, kind of like a child. It dives into a massive ocean of data, makes a prediction, gets a reward if it's right to strengthen its neural connections, and corrects itself if it fails. It's finding its own patterns now.
Which brings us right to Section 2, how AI actually learns.
To really grasp the mechanics behind today's generative systems, especially how they create totally new images from thin air, you have to understand the GAN's loop, generative adversarial networks. Think of it like a student-teacher dynamic. The generator, acting as the student, creates random pixels. The discriminator, the strict teacher, compares that to millions of real images and rejects it for the slightest flaw. They loop this back and forth millions of times until the output is flawlessly realistic. And while that's amazing, it's also the exact engine behind deepfakes. And this isn't just a sci-fi warning. An AI-generated fake image of a Pentagon explosion recently went viral and literally wiped $500 billion from the stock market in mere minutes.
But hey, let's look at the incredible positive superpowers of this learning method. 200 million. That's the number of protein structures DeepMind's AlphaFold successfully predicted. That is essentially all protein structures known to science. Understanding how proteins fold is quite literally the most critical part of treating diseases. This means we are leaping decades ahead in the fight against severe illnesses like cancer. In fact, AI is already spotting breast and lung cancer patterns years before the most experienced human doctors even can. We're talking about shifting medicine from treatment entirely over to prevention.
Let's move into Section 3, the magic of prompt engineering.
So, you might be wondering, why does an AI sometimes give you absolute genius output and other times it just completely fails? The secret isn't randomness, it's the instructions you're giving it. Behind the scenes, AI has a literal creativity dial known as temperature. If you set that temperature to 0.0, the AI acts like a strict, rigid calculator. It only gives highly factual output. But if you crank that dial up to 0.8, it suddenly transforms into an inventive thinker, delivering creative, dynamic, and sometimes wildly unpredictable results. You are totally in the driver's seat here.
And we can steer all that creativity using a really simple 4-step framework. Step 1 is the actor. You tell the AI exactly who it is, maybe an expert mathematician or a 10-year-old child. Step 2 is the input. Give it the exact background context it needs. Step 3 is the mission. What is the specific, exact task? And finally, step 4 is the format. Tell it exactly how you want the answer delivered, like in bullet points or a table. By giving the AI these structured boundaries, we stop it from getting confused or hallucinating completely fake answers.
You know, the absolute biggest mistake people make is thinking prompt engineering is just a one-and-done command. It's really not. It is a continuous conversational loop. You create a prompt, analyze the result, provide feedback, and then refine and repeat. For really complex logic, you want to use a chain-of-thought approach. This means you actually tell the AI to think step by step, rather than just blindly guessing the final answer all at once.
All right, Section 4. Claude AI, your new digital coworker.
Now that we know how to properly talk to these systems, let's look at the specific tool that is completely rewriting the corporate landscape. Claude, developed by Anthropic, is stepping way beyond basic browser chats. It's built on a foundation of unmatched reliability and safety. In fact, that strict safety focus led its developers to impartially decline requests from political figures like Donald Trump to use this system for defense purposes. They don't compromise on that. Now, picking a Claude model is really like picking a tool out of a toolbox. Haiku's lightning fast for your daily, quick tasks. Sonnet is beautifully balanced for structured content. And Opus, that's the heavyweight, strictly reserved for highly complex reasoning.
Watch how this scales up from a simple interface into a totally revolutionary workflow. Level 1 is just your basic chat, but Level 2 introduces custom skills and connectors, where the AI directly handles external platforms like your Gmail or Canva. Level 3 brings in projects for handling massive files and artifacts that generate interactive UI elements right there in your browser. But Level 4, that is the massive paradigm shift, the desktop coworker. Using what's called the Model Context Protocol, Claude natively integrates with your local computer to autonomously manage spreadsheets and literally run code on your machine.
To truly grasp the gravity of what this means, think about this scenario. Imagine a severe bug on a company website. Normally, a highly stressed human team takes maybe 5 to 7 hours to track it down and fix it. With Claude acting as an autonomous coworker, it can actually move the mouse, type on the keyboard, read the code, and execute the fix in just 15 minutes, 24/7, without ever getting tired. This unbelievable efficiency immediately raises the stakes for the entire corporate world.
Which makes Section 5 absolutely critical: AI and the impact on jobs. The macroeconomic shocks from these autonomous systems, they aren't in the future, they're already here. 13.5%. That is exactly how much IBM's stock plummeted in a single day, their absolute worst drop since October 2000. And why? Simply because Anthropic's Claude proved it could instantly modernize legacy COBOL code. Work that previously required massive, extremely expensive consulting teams from traditional IT companies was suddenly being done autonomously, almost instantly, by an AI. That revelation completely wiped $50 billion from the Indian IT sector alone, hitting giants like TCS and Infosys hard.
And this brings us to a crucial, mind-blowing point. Anthropic generated a staggering $1 billion in revenue with a hyper-lean workforce of just 1,400 employees. Just think about that math for a second. $1 billion financial output with barely over 1,000 people. Companies across the globe are waking up and realizing that if they needed 300 engineers yesterday, they might only need 150 today, outsourcing the rest of that heavy lifting to AI tools.
And naturally, this leads to a pretty chilling projection from Goldman Sachs. They estimate that 300 million jobs are at risk globally by the end of 2028. We are rapidly evolving from narrow AI, those basic chatbots we used to have, into general AI, which is roughly where we're standing today. But we are edging dangerously close to superintelligence. That's a stage where AI operates completely independently, finding its own funding, running its own servers, and becoming a fully autonomous competitor to human labor.
So, how do we survive this? Section 6. How to earn in the AI era.
The economic landscape is splitting right beneath our feet into a K-shaped economy. Those who adopt AI are going to soar upward, and those who avoid it are going to fall sharply behind. Currently, only about 10% of the workforce actually has formal AI training. Yet employees actively using AI tools in their daily jobs are already seeing a massive 56% wage growth. So, here are 3 concrete paths to monetize these skills right now. 1. Launch freelance AI services, doing things like creating cinematic ads or rapid web development. 2. Build your own autonomous AI software as a service businesses. Or 3. Dive directly into AI engineering and research careers. The opportunities are literally endless if you know how to wield these tools.
But listen, just knowing the theory is not enough. I absolutely love this analogy. Watching Sachin Tendulkar bat won't teach you how to hit the ball. You have to step onto the pitch. Taking a bunch of expensive theory courses isn't going to save you. You must open these AI tools today, get your hands dirty, and start experimenting. Practice your prompt engineering. Set up your digital coworker. Do it today.
I'm going to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. White-collar, keyboard-based jobs are undeniably endangered right now. But physical, blue-collar hard skills, things like plumbing, carpentry, or professional sports, those are going to skyrocket in value because machines simply can't do them yet. So you have to ask yourself, are you wasting your time racing machines at a keyboard, or are you mastering the AI tools and learning the irreplaceable hard skills the future actually needs? The choice is entirely yours.
Remember, garbage in, garbage out. Spend an extra 30 seconds setting up your context block, and Claude will save you hours of editing later. Hit subscribe for more fast-paced AI workflows. Test these prompts out right now, and I'll catch you in the next